A guy who's determined to leave isn't actually being cold-hearted. At that moment, his emotions have already detached from the relationship. When a breakup is initiated, you need to understand one key point. At this moment, he's emotionally ready to let you go. No matter how many reasons or excuses he gives, they're just surface-level explanations. What's really happening inside is that his emotional dependence on you has dropped to an extremely low level. You're no longer the person who makes his heart race. If you only measure your relationship by love or not love, you'll easily fall into an emotional trap. You'll find yourself unable to understand what's happening or change the outcome because you're ignoring the most important variable, emotional fluctuation. What does this mean? It's like when you argue with your mom, your mind is filled with thoughts of she's being unreasonable, completely forgetting about her blood pressure or all she's done for you. But when you calm down, or when a movie suddenly touches something in you, you suddenly understand her struggles. People's emotional states aren't constant. Love, like or dislike, these feelings can be completely different depending on the moment and emotional state. So you have to allow for these changes to happen. You must accept that right now you might not shine as brightly in his eyes. This isn't your fault. It's the result of a temporary emotional phase. Unfortunately, most people lack this awareness when facing relationship changes. They instinctively try to hold on and win someone back, desperately trying and expressing themselves, ignoring the fact that you're now operating on different frequencies. His departure creates an intense feeling of loss of control, leaving you trapped in self-blame and anxiety. You repeatedly ask yourself, what did I do wrong? Does he not love me anymore? Why am I being so desperate? You might say you're moving on while simultaneously looking back. You search for an explanation, wanting to know exactly what went wrong, but the answer remains frustratingly vague and distant. You begin to question whether his previous tenderness was all fake. The more you think, the more confused and entangled you become. You humble yourself, try to apologize and compromise, all for a chance to start over. What you don't realize is that all your efforts, from his perspective, are just emotional commotion. You can't accept the reality of the breakup while he has already made a rational choice. You're not on the same wavelength. He sees further than you do. He's thinking about the future, while you're still immersed in present pain, unable to pull yourself out. No breakup happens suddenly. It's the result of emotions gradually accumulating through repeated disappointments. Maybe there were too many arguments, too little communication, or perhaps the give and take was imbalanced for too long, making him feel the relationship was ultimately doomed. He's making long-term calculations while you're still struggling with emotions. So the harder you try and express yourself, the calmer and more distant he becomes. It's not because you're not good enough, but because you're not on the same frequency. Human entanglements only generate responses when people are in sync. Otherwise, all efforts are like punching a cotton ball, seemingly forceful but ultimately silent.